After a slightly controversial, so we say, Italian Grand Prix, Mercedes engines powered the first, second and third cars at Monza. That's quite an achievement.
It's a good perspective actually, because as head of Mercedes Motorsport, I ended up with P1, P2, P3, and all our guys who built the engines on the podium, and we are a team, and that is something to be proud of.
But I have to ask about that incident at Turn 1. You've been a racing driver yourself until Susie said you weren't allowed to do it anymore. At Turn 1, what was your perspective on that moment?
I think I would look back at lap 1, turn 4. I would have probably ended it there and not given way. And then we would have had the crash in lap 1 and not lap whatever it was. I think, when you see them turning in there and Max jumping straight over the sausage curb into the car. I don't want to comment. There will be so many people commenting with their opinions like it did before. So the stewards will make a verdict, and I'm going to be okay with the verdict.
Do you plan to have a chat with Christian about this? Because there's there's a lot of friction between your two drivers at the moment.
Yeah, it's clear they're battling for the world championship, and we've seen that in the past when it's so tight that these things can happen.
Now, looking back into the history of the sport, we've seen these great battles like Senna and Prost, Hill and Schumacher. You remember them all very well. Are we going to see more incidents like this as the season goes on, or are you going to tell the drivers to cool it a little bit?
I think the stewards need to tell the drivers to cool, because if we're ending up that one that is behind sees the lap losing and we're in a crash, that's obviously not good. But I think they will have a strong grip on that.
Now, going forward, the Constructors' Championship and the Drivers' Championship are on the line. It's going to be these two drivers battling every single corner. We saw your reaction with the battle with Valtteri as well. I mean, it's going to be tense the whole rest of the year.
Yeah, first of all, you mentioned Valtteri. I mean, that was an awesome race. For me, it was the best drive of all, from P20 to P3, and he's like on the run, and that's great to see. And for the rest, I'll see how it pans out. Yeah, it's tight.
And Valtteri is going to be crucial.